Hello everyone, this is Kathy Grosskreutz with Bookkeeping Clean and Simple here in Austell, Georgia near Metro Atlanta, and today I'm going to provide an overview of the batch, delete, and void transactions feature in QuickBooks Desktop Accountant Edition. As we had talked about in last week's video where we were talking about the batch enter transactions, you can either use the accountant's version of the software or open up the accountant tool to access those features. But right now, since I am in the accountant's version of the software, we can just access that by going up here to accountant and going down here to batch, delete, and void transactions, and that will open up our screen right here. And this is kind of a new feature for me as well. I haven't used it that much, so bear with me as we go through this. But one of the things that I did notice is that in the 2021 edition, it looks like we have the option to choose these transaction types: invoices, checks, bills, and sales orders. I also figured out that you can click on the column year headings to sort by date. You can also sort by cleared status. And there are also certain transactions that you will see that are grayed out if they're tied into the tax portal or the payroll portals and those kind of things. You cannot do anything with those. There's also what we call a cleared status that you can filter by. And basically, if you click on a line item, like here we've got the Townley Insurance Agency, which is a check, and you can look down at the bottom to see if any of that is linked to any other transaction. And you want to make sure you do that because you don't want to delete things that are linked, because that will mess you up, especially in a prior period. So you've got to be really careful with these kind of things. So let's say, for instance, we wanted to go ahead and click on the type column you're heading to see. And right now I don't see any way that you can filter these by, you can actually limit it to certain dates if you wanted to go ahead and do like a calendar year or something like that. Say like we wanted to do from 1/1/1999 to 12/31/1999. And that'll filter all those out. That gives you a little bit easier way of dealing with this by year if you wanted to do that. As you can see, there are all these that are in the cleared column. So I don't know if you necessarily, I guess it would depend on why you would want to go ahead and do anything in the cleared column. But as you can see, as you click on any of these, and if they're attached to some sort of bill or something like that, then you don't necessarily probably want to do those. But basically, it's just as simple. Once you figure out which ones you want to go ahead and delete, like say, if they're that old, and say the current date in this file is 2023 is the year, or 2024 in other words, or maybe we're in 2025, I guess, because look at the last modified date on these, or 12/15/2024. So let's say we can put a check mark here and a check mark here because there's nothing in the bottom. And let's see about some of these others. And just say for illustration purposes, now I don't want to do that one because it's linked to a transaction. So these 4 transactions are the ones that are not linked, and it looks like it shows that this one was already voided. So what we can do is so we have 4 of 34, and then we can review these and either void them or delete. So you can do either one. I'm going to go ahead and click on review and void. And then it gives you a warning that it will remove the deleted transactions permanently, so you can't undo them. And then it also suggests that you back up and void, or you can just void only. So if you click on backup and void, it'll create a backup of your file, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and click on void only. But you would probably want to go ahead and back up your files as they suggest that you do if you're doing this, so that way you can always go back to the previous backup if you made a mistake or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and click on void only. And then it says it cannot be undone. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes. And then it says it voided 4 checks, and then you can go ahead and click on this to view a voided transaction summary. So that way you would have those things. But again, you want to be careful when you're using this, because you don't necessarily want to void anything that's going to provide any changes to prior years, especially when you've done tax returns and those are closed periods. So anyway, I hope this helps you today. And I'm going to play around with this since I know a little bit more about it now, and hopefully be able to use it in some cleanups that I do. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. I would love it if you would like and subscribe to my channel, as well as share it with others. I am adding on average 1 video per week, including the occasional motivational video. I would love nothing more than to help you maximize your usage of QuickBooks Desktop and online. My email is below, as well as a number where you can text me for more information and to set up an initial consult. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.